Hello, my name is Epic Bonaire. This is my solution to the secret treasure hunt in Charleston, South Carolina. It's called A Happy Ending in the Holy City. I'd like to give a nod to Byron Preiss for planning and publishing these treasure hunts. I've enjoyed the challenge. Thank you. And I mean no disrespect to your name. Welcome to Charleston. Major hints are the map on the mask, the latitude and longitude numbers in the lion's mane, and the old pear is a hint to the old Pearman Bridge. White Point Garden is hinted at by the white dots on the Fort Sumter image, which is visible to the south of the garden. The lion's mane hints to the USS Maine, a small battle that was a torch point for the Spanish-American War in 1898, perhaps a reference to the turn of the century in the verse. Find the numbers 324 in the lion's mane and recall that the USS Maine was 324 feet long. The Maine's capstan was installed in the park in May 1913, and that was noted on a plaque, but the capstan has since been removed. The woman is a Jesus figure, complete with crown of thorns for hair, hinting to Church Street and referring to Charleston's nickname of course, the Holy City. The woman has horse hooves for feet, hinting to Charleston's horse-drawn carriage tour industry. I know this slide will not impress, but there is good stuff coming, so hold on. The first half of the verse is hard to interpret. The best I've developed or seen online are some general conclusions, like the first few lines of the poem are similar to Treasure Island, or there's birds in the water near White Point Garden, or there's some historical figures that one can name that might have done something somewhere in Charleston's history. Even if true, these are loose connections that really provide no tangible clues to the cast location that I could see. So, on to the good stuff. The second verse is much more interesting. Starts on the 8th, a scene where law defended, between two arms extended, below the bar that binds, beside the long palm shadow, embedded in the sand, waits the fair remuneration, White House close at hand. The verse on the 8th, a scene where law defended, hints to the three bronze plaques on the pedestal sides of the Defenders of Fort Moultrie Monument in White Point Garden. The first plaque hints to the 8 with the two circles on its side. The second plaque is a scene showing defending of the fort during the Civil War. And the third plaque is the Charleston City seal with the Latin motto, "She guards the laws and rights of the citizens." Altogether, on the 8th, a scene where law defended. Walk around the monument and the verse lines and painting images start to fall into place. The monument base has 7 images just like the lion's head. It lies on an extension of Church Street with the bandstand to the west, hinted at by the arched eyebrows on the mask, and the USS Maine capstan to the east, it used to be, hinted at by the lion's nose. Manholes on either side of the monument are similar to the circles on the butterfly images, and most important, the spokes of a ship's capstan are hinted at by the phrase "bars that bind," and traditionally these spokes were oak for strength, so let's look for an oak tree. And as luck would have it, the most amazing oak tree in the garden grows just southeast of the monument with long drooping branches that reach out over the path to the monument. And these branches have identical shapes to the twigs in the image, perfect for between two arms extended. I've drawn in the parts of the branches that match the twigs so they're easy to see. So let's put it all together. The bars that bind hint to the oak, and the two oak branches reaching out from the monument are the arms extended. The cask is somewhere between these branches. Beside the long palm shadow hints to the flag held by the soldier atop the monument. Presumably the flag is the South Carolina state flag with a palm tree on it. The branches extend over the path, which is a sand, and the White House is close at hand to the northeast. So where is the cask exactly? The image hints to the location in several ways. Imagine the woman grabbing the twigs with her arms extended. Fort Sumner dangles on a string from a certain point on the twig, so the spot below the matching location on the oak tree branch would seem to be important. The jewel appears to hint to another location on the other twig, and hence the other oak tree branch. The lion's head has 7 sides, just like the monument base, and the jewel appears to be located a distance of 80 inches off the corner of the monument base. You can see the number 80 with the 2 hash marks for 80 inches in the lion's mane. Rotating the image and thinking of up as north gives the correct arrangement, with Daisy's White House to the northeast. This view suggests that the cask is 80 inches west of the monument's west corner. The lion's chin appears to be a flag in shadow, and the lion's whiskers look like a palm image. On Fort Sumner, the flagpole and shadows suggest a time of 10:30. Presumably this means find the flag's shadow at 10:30 a.m. in the month of this treasure hunt, which is April. I think the cask is buried in the sand path about 80 inches west of the monument's west corner. Lines projecting up from Fort Sumner and the jewel indicate the key locations on the 2 twigs, and then you find these same locations on the 2 oak tree branches and drop lines down to the path. So then you have 2 points on the path, and you can draw that line out from the west corner, approximately the west corner of the monument, and put the 80 inches in there, and that's where the cask is. A challenge in finding the exact location of the cask is the need to see the branches as they were over 40 years ago when Byron Preiss put this puzzle together. A new problem is that the lower branch was removed by the Parks Department a few years ago. And there it lies. I've learned the Charleston City Ordinance prohibits treasure hunting, metal detecting, or digging in public parks, so I didn't dig for the cask to confirm my solution. Not quite the ending I was hoping for, but I did happen to bump into an attractive young woman who was quite excited to help me with my research. Her name was Anna, short for Anastasia. And isn't that a reflection on life? Sometimes you can't find the jewel, but sometimes you can.
Epic, honey. Come back to bed and help me find the jewel again.
Yes, indeed it was a happy ending in the Holy City.